Alright, we're back for game 2 with my TROG deck. Go ahead and do the volume mixer here. I have to do this every time because Magic's kind of goofy like that. I like this hand. I'm going to go ahead and keep this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and get a Delver out right away. He's going to flip his Evolving Wilds. Basically, he was just trying to wait a little extra time to, sorry, I'm going to open this one more time. I don't know why it didn't click. Okay. He was basically trying to go a little extra time without showing me what color he was with that Evolving Wilds play. But now I see he's got white and green, so that'll be interesting. I haven't really seen any white and green decks, so he's going to do an Abundant Growth, so he might actually be 5-color. Usually that's a 5-color type deck. So when it enters the battlefield, draw a card, so he'll draw a card. Now he can tap this to add any 1 mana of any color, so he's played another Abundant Growth. So that's kind of cool. So now he's got 2 mana set up with basically tap to add any color. But no creatures, so let's see. Thermal Alchemist, I will not reveal that because it's not a spell or ability. But a Thermal Alchemist is good here because I'll go ahead and flip both of those, play Thermal Alchemist. He's going to have to remove it pretty rapidly. Okay, so I think that's all I want to do for now. And then I will go ahead and attack with my Delver of Secrets. So getting 2 key creatures out in my first 2 turns is pretty good. I'm a little worried about his mana base building up pretty rapidly already. But I've got ability to deal with some of his creatures. So, and with, okay, a Core Skyfisher. So he has to return a permanent to his hand. So it'll be interesting to see. That was odd, but okay. He wanted to get a Core Skyfisher out there to try and block against my Delver, I suppose. Okay, let's see if I can flip my Delver. Yes, I will go ahead and reveal Vapor Snag. So my Delver flipped. And I will go ahead and Vapor Snag right now. So I'm going to tap my Thermal Alchemist first. I should have tapped him last time, but oh well. I made a mistake there by not tapping my Thermal Alchemist during his turn. But not too bad of a mistake. So I'm going to return the Core Skyfisher to his hand. Okay. So Thermal Alchemist will untap. So he's played his Evolving Wilds. Brought in a mountain instead. Vapor Snagged his Core Skyfisher, which is going to allow me to attack through with my Insectile Aberration, which I will do now. And then I will go ahead and tap Thermal Alchemist again to do additional damage, and then I will go ahead and play another Thermal Alchemist. So if he can't deal with these next turn, things are going to get bad for him, because I'm going to be able to cast, I'm going to be able to do at least 3 damage with each Thermal Alchemist next turn, and I've got a Vapor Snag in hand. So I think this might go poorly for him, unless he's got removal, and he needs a lot of removal too. So abundant growth, not too worried about that. If he's still dorking around with his mana, he's going to be in trouble. Although I will have to be, so that Glade Cover Scout's hexproof, so I can't really mess with it. But I've got a flyer, so I don't really have to worry about messing with it. So that's actually a nice enchantment combo. It's got first strike and hexproof, so I'm not going to be able to deal with it, but that's okay. Because now I've also got an Artful Dodge, so if I do get a ground creature rolling, I can deal with that. So let us go ahead and let me think about what I'm going to do here. I forgot to tap my Thermal Alchemist last turn as well. So I'm going to go ahead and tap both now. I'm just not playing it optimally. I could have got one more damage out by tapping my Defender during his turn, and then it would have untapped during my phase. But I will go ahead and then he doesn't have enough mana up to hurt me here. I don't think. Nope. So I just had to make sure I could cast my Chain Lightning without issue. So we'll trigger both of their abilities. Double tap both of them again, and then I'm going to go ahead and preordain, and then hopefully I can, in my scrying, I can grab another. Okay, and then I will scry 2, then draw a card. So I will put this on the bottom of the library. I'll put this on the top of the library. I will snag that lightning bolt. I will double tap my defenders. And then I will go ahead and hit him for lethal with the lightning bolt, basically, because I untapped both Thermal Alchemists again. So I can win without even attacking. So that was a turn 4 win. So it went pretty much as well as you could possibly hope with this deck. I had an awesome initial starting hand. And he had no way to remove any of my 3 threats, which were all, I had a flyer, he didn't have any flying that he could do any blocking with, so my 3/2 flyer was really nice, and I was able to get rid of his Core Skyfisher with Vapor Snag, so I got that out of the way, which boosted my Thermal Alchemist too, so I was, I think the deck is working really well together. Having 2 Thermal Alchemists on the field at once with his inability to deal with them means I was just doing massive damage. Getting 3 to 4 damage from them each turn, plus all of the direct damage I'm able to do with lightning bolts and stuff like that. It's just hard to beat that because each lightning bolt turns into 5 damage instead of 3. So like I did 10 damage worth of lightning bolts just this turn. And an additional 2 damage from the Thermal Alchemist on the front end of that. So 12 damage from 2 spells, essentially. 2 creatures and 2 spells is pretty solid in one turn. And I still had the ability to attack, and I still would have played, yeah, I guess I just had the ability to attack, but after this 3 damage from the lightning bolt, it would have knocked him to 1. I had a 3 attacker and then 2 taps for 1 damage each as well. So I really, really like the deck so far. It's very quick. I'm not sure exactly what his deck would have been. It would have been it looks like a 5-color deck with some hexproof stuff going on. So that's a solid deck style that does very well in general. I'm not sure that his deck is one of those ones that is perfect, but I was still a very, very fast win here to win in turn 4. I'm guessing he didn't have enough of his removal, and even if he did remove my, even if he did remove 2 of these creatures, still having the 3rd and the ability to play up on those instants and sorceries makes this deck so dangerous and quick. I'm not sure there was many decks out there that could have handled that, other than another control deck could have at least slowed me down and caused me some issues, but even then, the Thermal Alchemists make that tough, So, anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. Game 2, second win. I think the one thing that I would potentially add here to a sideboard would be some ability to get rid of an enchantment based on this deck, because the enchantments would be what could potentially cause me issues. So if I had the ability to remove enchantments, I could either screw with his mana base or remove something like ethereal armor, at least, even though the creature is hexproof. A combination of hexproof and an enchantment is actually kind of a cool concept. Basically, the downside of enchantments typically is that if the creature gets removed, you lose the creature's value and the enchantment's value. On a hexproof creature, it's a lot harder to remove that creature. So all of a sudden the enchantments, if they're cheap enchantments, look a lot better. You know, that's only a 1, and it gets +1/+1 for each enchantment you control. Obviously, he's stacking enchantments here. So it ends up being a very, very powerful spell. So if I was to add something to the sideboard based on this match, it would be something to handle enchantments. Anyways, that'll be it for now.